what's going to happen today?
So I was notified on Thursday that there's a pending order to have my unit condemned by the municipality due to high levels of mold detected in an air quality test. So once they come, I understand that I will be asked to leave or told to leave immediately. And so yeah, I'm just waiting at any moment now that could happen.
And where are you gonna go?
I don't yet know where I'm gonna go. I don't even know how long I'm gonna be gone for, so it's a bit hard to really plan anything or even know how much to take with me. Trying to wrap up things in my unit just since it will be I won't be living there for I don't know how long.
Does this end your tenancy? How does that work?
No, it doesn't end my tenancy. I'm in an ongoing battle to not be rent-evicted. And as I indicated at the hearing, I would be open to leaving if there are major repairs that need to be done, and then to come back, but still retain my tenancy. That case is still moving forward.
So you received this latest news. How did you feel since it's kind of been an ongoing battle? This is another setback almost for you. How did you feel when you heard about that?
It was a big shock. I just, out of the blue, received a phone call, and I was told actually that I would probably need to leave immediately that day. I know for a lot of people, when these orders are issued, they come and you have like an hour to pack your things, and that's it, and you have to leave. So I was very sad. I cried. It's just like a big upheaval in my life. And then I just had to regroup and just think about what the next steps would be. I've just been in packing mode since that time.
And at your tenancy hearing, Marcus brought forward this environmental assessment that he said he had done that showed there was mold. Did you see this coming, that it would be so severe that your place would be condemned?
Yeah, so when we had the hearing, in that process, the landlord submitted an environmental report. The environmental report indicates that he knew that there was an issue since November 2021, before purchasing the property. Yet he took no actions to address this issue. Even in July, there was a pipe that burst due to renovations, and they stopped the visible leaking, but there's still a gash in my ceiling. There was never any work to repair that. And then when the inspector came in August, he even said, it looks like it's still wet. So these definitely contributed to the problem. When we went to the hearing, his evidence was this report that had a visual site inspection. I felt at the time that wasn't sufficient for me to fully know the extent of the possible mold issue in my home. So I was definitely shocked.
And do you feel like he was withholding repairs, or you said he knew since 2021 about this mold issue?
Well, based on my experience, even when I had a toilet that wasn't working, I notified him immediately. He hung up at me at one point when I called him to make repairs, then ultimately refused to make repairs, and then I had to pay for that myself. I think I can just see that the actions weren't taken, and due to negligence by the landlord, this is the situation that I'm in right now, that I'm going to have to immediately leave my home for an undefined period of time.
Do you think he'll fix it even if you do leave? Do you see any evidence that he's taking steps to fix these kinds of issues in the other units that are currently vacant?
Yes, that's a good question. I was thinking the same. Like, I understand that my unit will be condemned. I don't know if other units in the building will be condemned and he will be ordered to remediate. My understanding is he was ordered to do an air quality test in my unit. one issue that I also want to raise is he was issued a notice of violation by the municipality. There were 4 violations. So one of the actions that he was told to take was to have this air quality test by September 16th. I understand that the actual testing happened a few days after that, and then the actual report was submitted a few days ago. So this is like approximately a month late, and I want to know, is he being fined for not meeting the deadlines that the HRM has indicated? Also, similarly, the HRM had said that he needed to identify the source of water entry in my unit and to repair it, and that was supposed to be done by September 25th. That has not taken place. There has been no repairs that have been done to address any water entry. So the fines that he's supposed to receive are $237.50 per day. So that's a question that I posed to the municipality, but I haven't received a response to that.
Have you had any communication with him since you found out about this?
At this point, much of our communication is through our lawyers.
So when you got the notice, like, did you then find somewhere else? You don't know where you're going to stay indefinitely, you said. But are you still within the unit right now, or did you feel it's not safe for you and have relocated?
I am still within the unit currently until I receive further information. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going to stay tonight, and I don't know for how long I have to find a place.
Were you privy to the results of the air quality test? And do you have any concerns about your health? You've been living in this place how long? And breathing in mold? Like, how does that feel?
Yeah, so in terms of the actual test of the air quality, in terms of the air quality test results, I asked the municipality for a copy, and I was told that I would have to do a freedom of information request, which I find it. I'm pretty shocked by that. It's like, this is putting someone's life in an upheaval, and for them not to, be given those results by the municipality. However, I have seen a copy of the test results through other avenues. And yes, I'm concerned about the health impacts. I don't know how long the situation has been as it is currently. Yeah, definitely my health and the health of other tenants is important, and it's important for landlords to take that seriously.
What do you think this does for your case when you go to small claims?
Yeah, that's an ongoing question. There are, through residential tenancies, there's specific channels through which a landlord is supposed to go through if they want to have a renovation. And we've seen that there's been different actions that have been taken by the landlord, and these have left me feeling not safe in my home, and that there has been an escalation in leading up to the hearings that took place. And so we know that there are landlords that do allow their properties to go into a state of disrepair so that they can more easily evict tenants, and that should not be taking place. So yeah, I'm still connecting with my lawyer about what the next steps are going to be in our case, but definitely the landlord has a responsibility to ensure that a unit is safe and healthy for a tenant to be in.
And what ideally do you want to see happen in this situation?
I want to see the repairs to be completed and for me to be able to return to my home.
I don't have anything else. Is there anything we didn't ask you about that you want to add?
Yeah, I would just add a few other things. Since I won at the residential tenancies hearing, there have been a few things that have been taking place. I mentioned that the front steps of the building were destroyed, were demolished without any notice given to me. That impacted my ability to get mail. And to this date, I'm not receiving mail at my at my home. It's been 2 months now. So that's an issue. I was also, one day, I believe it was September 18th, my internet stopped working. And I reached out to my internet company to try to figure out what was happening. And I learned that that during renovations, they had removed, cut and entirely removed all the wires for my internet, leaving me without internet at home for almost 2 months. So these are the ongoing things that have been happening. You know, the internet was finally restored and I was like, oh, okay, you know, like can return to some sense of normalcy. And now here we are. I am being told that I'm going to have to leave at any moment. So yeah, it's just really ongoing challenging situation. And you know, I don't, as I mentioned, I don't have anywhere to go. There's no supports by the city or the province to support people in my situation who have access to emergency housing. What is available is the shelter system. And we know that shelters are full. There are no beds in shelters. So what does that mean for most people in my situation? Becoming homeless. So this is where we see the intersection between homelessness and renovations taking place in our community, and I would like to see the city to do better.